Fucking life. How's it go? Okay, I was at the hello, fuckheads, fuckies, non-binary, whatever. It is Radio Free Redo for when June 23rd, 2022. It's a Thursday, which means you've made it to at least the more appealing part of the week. You gotta get through Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, kind of start for work a little bit, and then get to Thursday, or you can kind of loosen up a little, and then you get to Friday, where you can black out like a motherfucker for about 36 hours, lose your mind, watch some sports, watch some fucking NASCAR. I don't know what people do on the weekends. Commit some felonies or something, and then start all over again. My week's been pretty good. It's been hot like a motherfucker. I mean, blazing garbage hot the past couple of days here in old Minnesota. I mean, what was it? Like I don't know what day it was. Sunday, Monday, one of those days. I was coming out of shopping, right? I was coming out of shopping and just sweating bullets. It was like I was on fucking trial. It was like a 90, 100 something or other. And no matter where I went, inside, outside, taking a, taking a shower, going to bed, whatever, it was like I had moved back to the fucking Caribbean. I have family there. That's where my both sides of my family are from. And I've been inside the fucking Caribbean middle of December. It's when we usually go around Christmas and New Year's, right? Same thing. Except year round. Just 89. The only difference there is that it's the water there is basically just steam. You didn't shower the day, well, fuck you, go outside. You will shower for, outside. This time up here, it was drier than it was drier than bad comedy. I mean, it was the best argument I've ever fucking seen. So here's the thing about Minnesota. And being like middle, it's really more being, middle 20s or so. Um, so the thing is about being middle 20s that a lot of people, they leave, they go far off and just kind of fuck off for a couple years. I know a lot of people who've moved to Florida, California, Vegas, Nevada, Arizona, whatever, right? This weather is the best argument I have ever seen in my entire life for not moving there. I get the appeal, right? I really do. But experiencing this fucking heat this 90-degree weather with like 40% humidity. So I mean, it's still dry, but just it's the best argument I've ever seen for not moving out there, because I don't want to experience this year round. The only consolation is that America has AC. Europe, no. I know a lot of people in France and England, and they're basically the same thing happened last week, where they had temperatures in the mid 30s Celsius, right? Which is basically just a fucking volcano for them. And they were on fire. They were on fucking fire. Literally. So yeah, that's what happened. A lot of a lot of heat, but also here's some more about my. I knew for a long time. I don't know how I can start this story. If people ever tell you the recession is not coming, that there won't be a recession, if people ever tell you there won't be a recession coming, I don't know, soon, and I mean, end of quarter 2 is 2 weeks from now, end of July, so we'll see. If people ever want to fucking tell you, by the way, that the recession, that these past 2 years of just printing of printing money into a beat down economy, of inflation and everything being understaffed, isn't coming, I have a fucking story for you. And it's not a dig at anyone, just kind of an indicator of how things are. My family went to IHOP for Father's Day. And this is proof that eventually this current thing is going to just implode. You know what it's like? Think of it like this. This whole thing right now, this house of cards, the fucking economy, is like a football player. You know why? Because football players have this tendency to just burn the money they're printed. And it's not their fault. It's how they were raised. A lot of them grew up dirt fucking poor. They grew up dirt fucking poor in the worst neighborhoods. They get to where they are because these football players are the most talented, or the top, 10 athletes of their entire district, or their entire private school, which leads to being the most talented athlete, or often athletes, as in a lot of them are multiple sports in high school and college, at their college, which leads them to the NFL. So a lot of them, I mean, it's kind of athletes in general, have this tendency to just burn through the money they're printed. And with football players, when they eventually retire at 40, because, getting whizzed in the head daily for 15 years is going to eventually take a toll. I mean, getting whizzed in the fucking head every and body every day for 15 plus years is going to take a toll. A lot of them are broke because the millions they earned from the NFL, the millions the National Printing Money League gives to them goes away. Same thing with just in current economy. the money we print and the shit that's inflated will eventually come crashing the fuck down. But anyway, I was at a app, right? I everything is so understaffed right now. Both the ones you tried, we went to two because we wanted to see what was the weighted one. The wait was so long, people were waiting outside. It would have easily been like an hour wait. The other was 40 minutes. I mean, 40, 45. For like, and I'm not dissing, anyone. It's just more an observation of how the current times are. Right? If it's like this, if it keeps, and I knew it was unsustainable last fucking year. I worked at a job. I had a retail job last year. Loved it. I loved the people there. But it was so understaffed. I always get called into work at fucking 9 at night. So I was getting called from like 9 at night till 1 a.m. This current system, dude. This current system is not going to sustain itself any longer. I hope it is like 2008 where the economy just and everything, hits the bed. But we are in for a rough gas prices too. It's what now? Like $4.55 a gallon, up to 5 in the places, 6. Those gas prices are fuck. If everything weren't so inflated right now, I'd recommend people go finance a Tesla. Like put money down, get a loan at X% on a Tesla. But here's the problem. At current interest rate, current fucking rates. Let me show you. $700 a month for a Tesla Model 3. $700 a month, and that's at good. I mean, the diamond's kind of fucked for a $40,000 car. But let me check if you put, I don't know, 50, that's 50, what is that? This is 10% down, okay. 10% of, we're doing math live on air. Yeah, 10%. See? Yeah. Still not good if you put like 10,000 down. Shit is not sustainable. But there is one thing I will say about gas prices, right? People have this tendency, and it's really bad, to do to see like one thing, and like they'll see one thing and they'll make it the the oh, this is the thing worldwide. This is why it's happening. Let me check the one I saw. That people were like, gas prices were $10 a month and $10 a gallon. Shut the fuck up. See, this is a good example of like an eye-catching headline, a thing to make you look like, holy shit, look at this. I want you to look at it. It's gonna catch your eye. It's gonna make you think this country is which is it is, but fucked in ways that aren't related to gas. I thought it was these people, like, all the time. You know, here is why gas is $10 a gallon. It's coming. Will it get 10? Jesus, no. You get the $10 a gallon worth. You don't want to see what happens if gas gets to $10 a gallon nationwide. You don't want to see what happens when if gas gets to $10 a gallon nationwide. Right? You don't. The fallout from that, if gas actually gets to $10 a gallon, I mean, that will be ugly. I mean, they see this as like the thing that's going to happen. This is Mendocino, California. Mendocino is 2 hours away from the rest of fucking California, and I'm being generous. It's in the middle of absolutely fucking nowhere. You know why gas $10 a gallon here? Look. It's 2 hours, maybe 3, from like the rest of California. You know, gas is gonna take forever to get anywhere. It's gonna take forever to get there. It's probably very pretty, but a pain in the dick, and not a spotlight of national attention because some people don't fucking read. Should you be surprised that they don't? No. People in this country are uber sensationalist. I mean, they just don't care, you know? Now, I'm going to get to governor's races. I worked in politics for a number of years, and worked past tense because I could. I know people in state politics and people higher up in some administrations here. I could, but I don't really. I applied to some just in case, because I know people, so I could get on one. But 2022, being not only a midterm year, is also a governor year. Now, I primarily focus on the governor's races because Minnesota's having its own come fucking November. Senate, I don't know much about except for this. My Senate prediction right now is that even with okay, about the Supreme Court. Here's a little primer on the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court releases opinions around the end of June because their term ends in the end of June. So, because the Supreme Court's term ends in the end of June, right now is when you're going to see opinions come out. And yes, even though... Okay, so traditionally, the party of the incumbent president loses seats in the midterms. That's always happened. Right. Even with the decision that's likely to come out that Roe can be overturned, there's still enough going on with the economy and inflation and general uneasiness with the current administration that it could still be a Democrat loss. I mean, there's Republicans that are very pro-choice. And Democrats still like Biden. Like, until about the 70s, like, people don't realize this, right? Until about 1978 or so, when the evangelicals teamed up with the Republicans who didn't like President Carter, because in their eyes, he was little Jimmy Carter, who was a little, yes, racially very ineffective, not only on the economy, but on social issues. They had their moral majority switch positions on the issue of abortion, and elected Reagan about 18 months later. Before then, and you can look this up, Republicans were they were a whole ass pro-choice. I mean, Republicans and the evangelicals were very pro-abortion until about 1978. So you have that mix. People who, very free market people who like having pro choice. So you could still go to the Republicans. And also, other thing I know about the Senate, and I don't know a lot about this current race because the Senate is elected in kind of waves. There's like an A class and a B class and a C class that got elected this year, 24, 26. There was a time, by the way, that Minnesota was competitive, but it doesn't happen anymore. And I will tell you this out, the Senate race. There was a gun bill that was released, was voted on in the Senate. It's the first substantial gun legislation in probably about 28 years or so. A lot of a decent chunk of Senate Republicans voted for it. The crowd, who doesn't like him, and I'm not going to talk about it much because it's a very contentious issue. It's a hot-blooded fucking issue. Okay, the crowd who doesn't like that bill will be coming for those senators at the fucking jugular. And that's all I'll say about the Senate race. So with the governor's race, here's the simple thing about America. There's a solid 2/3 of this country that is dead set. I mean, some have switched, like California in the 80s before Reagan and before a lot of brown immigration, and Los Angeles being, San Francisco being very like tech hubby and gay and stuff, was decently Republican. And now it's solid blue. So here's a very quick primer. None of this is changing. In fact, let me put it this way. If any of these lose a very easy race, they should go into a fucking monastery. And wait, I turn back off. There you go. If any of these lose the race, if these are very safe, at least 20-point advantages. With the case of Hochul in New York. This is likely. Pennsylvania is going to be very contested because Pennsylvania is a very contested because it's a mix of rural and city. So every election it takes a motherfucker of a long time to count. So it'll be more toss up. Same in Michigan. Michigan has a lot of dilapidated rust belt. You can buy a fucking house in some parts of Michigan for a used fucking belly lint and a fart. And like suburban Michigan, which is, still intact, middle of nowhere. But it's also like urban Michigan, so it'll be contested. And Wisconsin, I don't know what the fuck's around there. Wisconsin is just straight up like their governor and the legislature there like clashing all the fucking time. It's Minnesota, Tim Walz is measly popular. He's doing a thing right now to kind of boost those odds. Rebate checks. When back in the day, I don't know when this was. I was around. I was fucking 4 when it came out. Jesse Ventura, the old governor of Minnesota. He was here and gone one term. He released Jesse checks, took the surplus we had, and gave it back, which I like. Especially now when the fucking surplus is like $9 billion. Give it back, see what it'll do for his campaign. This will be an interesting one. Rhode Island. So, Rhode Island is New England. A dead guy could win fucking New England if he were a Democrat. But he's going for a full term because his predecessor you don't even know, resigned to be some what fucking secretary? It was like aviation or something or whatever that she resigned to be. But yeah, I want to see what he does for a full term. This is an interesting one. Massachusetts is a weird fucking state because it's okay. So here's the thing on Massachusetts. It's not just left wing. It's left wing. Like old town New England Democrats in like White Houses. The Kennedys are from there, the fucking five that are left that have been either killed or died in a plane crash. But they voted for Republicans a lot, like Mitt Romney and Charlie Baker, because, and the one they had, and Bill Rowland, the one they had for like fucking 2 years, that was a woman, I can't remember her name, sorry. Because Massachusetts, with the Commonwealth, they like their Republicans, like very left, like very, very like libertarian-ish, like old Republican, like, you know, free market, do what you want. They'd be libertarian if the Libertarian Party could actually, you know, do well and actually have like a viable party instead of just a ragtag group of people who hate driver licenses. That was not a so subtle dig at the Libertarian Party of the USA. Maryland, same, they like their Republicans, very left wing. Larry Hogan was a very strong anti-Trump guy, which is interesting. Again, they'd be like Libertarian Party hotspots if the Libertarian Party could make themselves look like an actual fucking party, because they don't. That party blows dick. Okay, I just gotta rant for a second. Why do the third parties in this country fucking suck? You know what? I'm gonna yell that the third party in this country fucking suck. The Green Party only shows up for federal elections, and every time they do, it's some fucking Berkeley PhD, like with dreads, whose entire hobby and whose personality is fucking weed, with his running mate as like his grandma or somebody who protested in the Vietnam War and that kind of for activism. And the Libertarian Party is people who couldn't make it as Republicans. And the other party, the fucking Constitution Party, is people who are too running for the Republican Party. I mean, the fucking Constitution Party is, we think Mein Kampf should be required reading in schools, but we're not open about it yet. What other third parties are garbage in this fucking nation? The one, I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I can't. Wait, what are green libertarian forward party? Fucking Andrew Yang. Okay, people gotta stop. Why do people think he was a good candidate? For a time, I thought his forward party was gonna, siphon some seats off the two-party system, but no. It's for people who think they have a future in politics, but really they don't. Like Andrew Yang and Corey Apple and other candidates like that. And what other garbage fucking third parties are there? You know why I call them garbage? Because Here's the thing. I love me a good third party, but they have to prove their fucking metal. I don't know why Chrome is doing that. Chrome's being kind of a fuck. Because I want there to be viable third parties in this country. I do. I really, really do. But they gotta fucking prove themselves. Okay, what the actual fuck is going on with? Okay, I'll just cash it. Okay. I'm gonna look up a different I don't know why Wikipedia is being fucky. Hey, I want there to be choices in this country. I do. I really, really do. But man, these fucking third parties suck. I mean, just truly, they don't make themselves worthy to be on the fucking debate stage. You know, I want there to be I want there to be actual third parties, but most of them just fucking suck. They have no resources. They just kind of show up. Their conventions are a fucking mess. And then you wonder, even with the funding they get, why they aren't viable. Oh, this one is even weirder. The fucking grassroots party of Minnesota. We have two legalized fucking weed state parties in this state. And all they do is just show up every 18 months during a senator race or a governor campaign and take 5% of the vote. I've never seen an actual flyer for fucking legalized cannabis party or legal. They just show up. I don't get it. But yeah, the third parties in this country fucking suck because we could have really good ones like the Canadians. Where the Canadians, right? They have three main parties. They have a fourth one of the one ones in Quebec. The Bloc Québécois, Liberals, Conservatives, and NDP, the New Democratic Party. The New Democratic Party really only runs in fucking Vancouver and urban areas of the country. But they still do well. They got a couple of seats. Or the Germans. Germany is kind of suspect because their chancellor, because the chancellors all have, are kind of too buddy-buddy with Putin. But you look at every fucking German election, the cabinet looks like an 8-year-old vomited fucking paint all over it because of how many parties there are. They need to do better, man. These fucking third parties. I have Mitt Romney results from here. That's where he got his version of Obamacare from. Toss up. Georgia is just fucked. I don't know what's happening in Georgia. I don't want to know what's happening in Georgia, but I'm about to make a really bad joke. Uh, but like a really bad joke about like having Georgia on your mind. Because I mean, after after November, you will, because that fucking election is going to take a long. It will not be settled on election day. You'll have Georgia on your mind for months because that election only will fucking recount. It won't be settled. My prediction is this: that election in Georgia is going to be so contentious, it doesn't get settled with a recount. I think it goes all the way to the fucking Supreme Court, like Bush versus Gore. Because Bush versus Gore was settled by fucking 500 votes. A really small number. And it went to the Supreme Court, where it ruled in favor of Bush. That is a long... Look, if you want to read, by the way, about an election that was... I mean, I'm not going to say rigged, but suspect. Bush versus Gore is suspect as a motherfucker. That is an election with a lot of questions. I mean, with a lot of questions. There's part of me that thinks, like, Gore won it, and they're, like, holding it back or something or other. And as part of the things, baby Bush won. I don't know, but that election is fucking sus. Arizona, I talked about it before. It's, by the way, speaking of Arizona, McCain and Palin, so, here's the thing about, Sarah Palin. She's weird as all, she's weird as fuck. I mean, a truly weird character. Right? Makes no sense. She just talks out her ass. She was big on the Tea Party movement. Talked with a whole ass North Dakota accent because that part of Alaska has a lot of North Dakotans. Easy to make fun of. Probably cost one of the many reasons why they flopped in 2018, in 2008, and McCain even said, by the way, McCain even said he regretted having Palin as his running mate. But they kind of won. They both kind of won on a couple days ago. So Don Young is a famous representative in Alaska. I mean, let me see some other key races. He was one of those people that every state has who, like, he's been there since year 8. Then he died. And then Palin won his primary to take over his seat. So, more than likely, she might win. So Palin goes to Washington the show, along with McCain. Let's see these all looking off screen. But anyway, let's go back to the governor's race. This is more, I would put it, all of these as solid. Alaska is a fairly red state. Florida, DeSantis. Now with DeSantis, I will say this. He is going up in national popularity. He's one of those people, like, every couple of years, so you have a guy who, like, he does it on the national stage to, like, deliberately get himself, like, forward on the national stage. Right? So, that's DeSantis. And he's popular right now because everyone and their mother's dick is moving to Florida because it's warmer, and as a result, no one's gonna afford to fucking live there. That is an aside. But with every fucking third Connecticut license plate living in Florida now, the state is tilted a little bit redder than usual. Right? So, he's now considered to be a pretty hot frontrunner for president. I will say this. The Democrat could win in Florida in a couple of years. You know why? There is a real possibility that anything can happen. If DeSantis resigns to run for president, that didn't come out, and his successor, Lieutenant Governor of Florida, could be a total fucking bust and cause the state to flip. We never know. But for right now, DeSantis is winning that second term. Ohio, same. Texas, okay. I need to look at current polls. Yeah, like post Uvalde. So, okay. This isn't accurate. So, when you're looking for governor polls in Texas, you want to look at governor polls post Uvalde. Because a lot of them have made it work getting a kind of bump for stricter gun laws. This happened in their fucking state. So, but even then, right? Even then, it'll be close. That is my honest prediction. It'll be close. I would put O'Rourke within. Okay, so Quinnipiac has it at polls that were done 10 days ago at 48-43. 548 has it at 39-45. So 39. I'm gonna average them both at a 41. I'm going to personally put O'Rourke 41. He's not gonna fucking win. He's not gonna fucking win. I mean, like, first of all, Beto O'Rourke is a garbage fucking candidate. I mean, garbage fucking candidate. He conducted himself like he's the next Obama, but the problem is, again, with Uvalde, the shooting happened in Texas. The calls for stricter gun reform, and a lot happening in Congress. So O'Rourke is going to, yes, get popular, but he's not going to win. And this is the thing. This is Vermont has the same, like, libertarian, like, guy. Because with Vermont is a whole lot of nothing. It's a lot of trees and bears and shit. They like their guns, so and so does Scott. He's saying this is all very solid red. Especially fucking Arkansas. Arkansas just elected. Okay, so the thing about Arkansas is that it's so fucking red that the governor's primary decides the election. Basically, the Republican primary. And you put the name in Arkansas, fucking Huckabee, they'd vote for a bag of shit with Huckabee on it in Arkansas. So they had the old press secretary for Trump, Sarah Huckabee, as the Republican primary, Republican nominee. He's probably the next governor. March 4th. Okay, this is not great. So that's it for now. Yeah, it kind of went on for close to an hour. Let's go to crappy music. If you've ever thought that you can't fucking sing, well, I have news for you. I got news for you. There are people who are far worse. There's people who are far, far worse. So I found r/crappy music. What was it? Last week, I think. And yeah, it's as described. This guy was kicked from the Sorry about that. Steps from the Boys Hot, Jamie Myers. Well, shit. Is it? It's not because he can't sing. Let's see. VM Kim K. We're already fucked. Holy fuck. He looked like the guy 6'6", but like incestuous. Oh, and fuck, muted. Let me get some water before I subject myself to this terror. We're already fucked, aren't we? First of all, here's what I noticed already. Like 10 seconds in. He's a 420 bro, isn't he? And what I mean by 420 bro is one of those people. And they know exactly who the fuck they are. No bones about it. You know what I mean? It's those people that are like, smoke weed every day, bro. Weed 420. I have no personality other than marijuana, but I need to do something with my life. Weed. I have no personality, but weed. You know, those fucking, that term whistle. It's those fucking people. I've met them in real life. They exist. Who their entire personality is fucking cannabis. It's like, if there were no cannabis, they'd probably just literally drop that of a stroke. Do you really have plugs in every state? You weren't kicked out at the fucking Island Boys house for DMing minors. I mean, you probably were. This guy seemed like the type to DM minors. You were kicked out because I think he's bad by Island Boys standards. Which is a bar so low, it's a hole to shit in. Okay? We get it, you like every state. Again, we get it about the fucking weed. We get it up. Just gotta something snap. Morning, ginger snap. He's one of those people whose fucking personality is just weed. This guy's name is not Viam. It's weed. It's those people who are like perpetually 420 or bust. I get it, making this up into your personality. I went to college. I get it, making a substance personality. I went to college. I know people who their entire personality was going and drinking. But this is a whole nother level. Well, if you made 100K, then get some other shit. Oh, man. Listen, Kim K's been through enough. Okay? She's been through enough, especially back in the early part of the year, with that whole Kanye drama. You know, now she's with Pete Davidson, who, who, yes, he's a little off, and yes, he's stuck his dick in half of Hollywood. But he's not you. You know? He's not you. And I'm sure Pete Davidson probably has a ton of fucking weed. The guy lost his dad in 9/11. If there's anyone who uses weed to cope, it's probably been him. Okay. But he doesn't make it his whole personality. Let's go back so I can die in peace. Okay, I apologize for pausing so much, but this is where I'm gonna get kind of spurty. So this is where I'm gonna get kind of spurty. The musician in me, the classically trained vocalist in me, is losing his fucking mind because he's not even in sync with his own beat. He's not even in sync with his own beat, which is driving me nuts. Right? You want to be like da 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 da, like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 with the syllables. Yet this guy is on some fucking, I don't know what he's on. It's like I can't even imitate it because if I tried, I'd die of a stroke immediately. Okay, that's enough. That's enough of that. At least he could have bought a personality. Holy fuck. Let's see more of crappy music. Let's see if I can get worse. I want to see the real annals of the deep of this fucking subreddit. Oh yeah, he can dance. If he can dance, I'm fucking black. Okay? Let's revisit this. This is real. It exists. Yeah, it's up for that. I heard this last time, and it was. I mean, you know, back in school, when you go to a public university, you get people who think they're good, and then you gotta kind of tell them, yes, absolutely. You just kind of gotta tell them, no. You gotta tell them no, maybe never. I appreciate the fucking effort. You put enough, you put the old college try. This is not trying. If this is trying, I'm the fucking Queen of England. But hey, Mazel tov. 4 out of 10. I saw this one last time, and this is one, I think it's worth, let me put it this way. If I had a kid, and they made something this bad, I'm taking their computer, and I'm putting several rounds of ammunition into them. I will literally shoot the thing, the computer. If you would give me something that bad. I'm looking at. Let's see. I feel like I heard this one before. I might have to revisit it. Let's see. Well, we're already in for a rough time. Oh, oh, ugh, ugh. I know I'd heard it somewhere. Who did she pick? Ugh. I'm trying not to just. I'm trying like to, so the thing is about classical music is that in academia, they're all pussies. They're trying not to be like mean. All other people deserve it. And I wrote my thesis in senior year about as he did that everyone can sing, which is kind of true that everyone can sing in the same way everyone can learn a language. But someone should have told her in the recording studio that her parents probably paid her because a lot of these people who write these fucking dick songs are people whose parents give money, a lot of money, to just fuck around with high quality equipment. And that's the case with a lot of stuff. That's the case with a lot of companies. But this is you know what? You're as much in tune as the sky is purple. Maybe this is not for you. She needs a Randy Jackson to tell her to politely, like American like, no. And that's the like academic and me being like, no. Like a very kind Minnesota academic. No. I really think I I really think you fucking can't sing Get Off My Screen. Like, I really think you fucking can't sing Get Off My Screen. This is the worst thing to happen to the Americans from the British since fucking King George III. Let's go do more of this. Oh, wow. It does not get any better. You know, the I don't know what it was. I think it was like the LGBT whatever or mental one of the two. Either mental health or the gays had a thing in like the 2010s where it was like it gets better. I think it was the gays right when it started getting acceptable in like the media and shit. They had it. Let me look it up. It gets better. Yep, saw it on Facebook with the fucking private clear. So yeah, I was about like, things about being like, hey, you just came out as gay, trans, fucking carpet to your parents. You can live your life as gay, trans, lesbian, fucking vacuum cleaner, and it gets better. Even though your parents don't accept this, what you want to do with your life, it gets better. We need an anti-group for that. We need to be this fucking sucks. Okay, we need this fucking sucks. It's going to stay bad because this fucking sucks. This would be the first thing they play in it. She's looking at you because you can't fucking say. Oh, no. There is autotune for people who need it. Some people don't like T-Pain. You can look it up on NPR. T-Pain can actually sing. She needs this. She doesn't just fucking need auto-tune. Okay, use that British healthcare. And I could tell it was in fucking England from the moment I thought of it. It looked like England. Use that free British healthcare and get it fucking auto-tuned along. Okay? I am thoroughly confused. I mean, this is beyond divine intervention. First of all, what's the fucking treasure break gonna do? I mean, this is beyond divine intervention. I mean, so with Church of England, no one goes to the fucking surface, but this even more. I need to move on before my ears bleed. He's what? Okay. I haven't seen Aquaman. I am eons behind in the DC Marvel superhero. They make a new one every fucking 30 minutes. I can't. Well, we're already fucked. Hmm. You want to know something about this? The rapping is very cringe. It's very pitbull. But if you put it as like background, if you're at, if you're at some, if you're at some like sticky floors, dingy kind of club or bar, like the Press RIP, that the Central Minnesota thing. If you're not from there, I'll tell you about it at the end. Or something like that. I can understand it being like in the background or something. It's good background music. Like working out, I could get it. As a song, as a song, as a song itself. I mean, honestly, of the end of the ones you've listened to so far, and I really, I have really, it's probably the best one, which is a very low bar. This is that same fucking company that produced Friday, which is weird. By the way, that's a weird thing because Rebecca Black can actually sing. I like somebody's comments of the songs. I can't even figure out what notes he's trying to sing. In between the actual notes. You saying like she's afraid of her own voice. She managed every single wrong note somehow. Let's see the fixed version. It works. The fixed version actually made lyrics are still off, but it works. Especially on the word love, because that's kind of like a jazzy kind of folk thing. Because so that note F sharp love is on a G chord, like the fixed version. The G chord, right? In a scale, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In G, the F sharp love is the note below it. That's called the 7th. I'll show it to you on a piano real quick. What they call in music theory a 7th, major 7th. It's a chord. It's a very like pop, jazz, funk kind of thing, and putting melody on that 7th is a very like kind of bass thing. That's a weird. I don't know. The after version makes it a lot more palatable. Oh yeah, I forgot about. Yeah, the addiction is fucked too. So with here's here's my take as a guy who's trained in classical voice. We make a lot of effort to be understood. So there's rules of pronunciation, etc., that differ, and you want to make sure you're always heard because you're telling a certain song. I couldn't really understand what the fuck she was trying to say. Let's see. The early chorus, everyone's looking around like, what the fuck is she doing? Is she really bad? I had a brother thought he could sing too. He sucked. Totally out of tune. Wrong key. No notes hit. Sounded horrible. That it's punk music. It doesn't have to be perfect. Ew. It's supposed to be a church ballad. Don't let the pit of hell or some robot monster. Let's see. Weed 420, bro. Just by reading the title, I'm already shivering. There are more than two islands. Yup. Now I'm gonna go to bed and before I die of a stroke with more of separate. I'm gonna do these more often this late at night. Yes, it's bad for some crowds, but I'm more awake than doing this at noon. If I do it at noon in between meals, I'm groggy. I I don't know. I'm gonna do this more at 2 in the morning. I'm on, and also I'm on a server with a lot of Discord server. It's for them fucking 8, 7, 8 in the morning. So it's fine for them. Y'all don't sleep anyway. So yeah, that's it. Hope everyone has a good day, good weekend. I'll probably see him again